Good morning or afternoon as it is to everyone. I had a fly in front of me there. To another episode of Step Up to Rise Up with Linda Nelson. Thank you for joining me either live or if you're catching me on the replay, be sure to note in the comments hashtag replay so I can circle back and say hello or answer any questions that you might have. We are winding down on our 30 days of focusing on gratitude and journaling. And I hope that in this challenge you have learned some things about yourself, about being mindful, about thanking people for their gifts, for their experiences with you, all of those things that just notice and appreciate gratitude and being thankful. I hope that you have learned some things about that. Additionally, I hope that you have taken up the challenge of journaling because it can be life changing. And I hope that if you haven't started, or that this month maybe was too busy for you for whatever reason, that you'll take some moments to baby step your way and try that in December. I promise you it will set you up for a great 2022. Is that right? 22 it's going to be. That's so crazy when I say that out loud. So today I thought being it's the week of Thanksgiving and this is a holiday that we set aside for the purpose of giving thanks, that we would spend some time in abundance thinking. I had some podcasts on this if you want to check those out on scarcity thinking. Hello, Sabrina. Thanks for dropping on. Appreciate your being here with me. So today I want to talk about 10 simple things that you can do to create more abundance in your life. And we all want that. But it is another practice in mindset and getting that mind right. Many of these ways we have talked about throughout this month, but I thought it would be a good just recap of some of the things that we've talked about this month that are simple to do, but we need reminders again. So remember, we've talked about the power of the mind and how our mindset is incredibly powerful. It's a driving force behind the actions and the behaviors that we take that set us up for success or keep us fearful and doubtful about the future. So depending on which mindset we adopt, our perspectives can be very different. The path of abundance has us looking at the world through a lens of optimism and gratitude, as we've learned. A scarcity mindset sadly leads us to see the obstacles and the problems, and we set limits on ourselves. So, unfortunately, we live in a society and perhaps even a time that is deeply rooted in scarcity. People live their lives in fear, blaming their circumstances, and even certain, or maybe even completely certain, that their situation is permanent. The good news is, this doesn't have to be the way we look at it. As we've discovered, you just have to make a decision to think different thoughts, to have a different perspective, and to choose that you're not going to settle for a life of scarcity anymore, but rather move forward in abundance. So we're going to talk about today some 10 simple steps that you can take, that you can start actually today to bring more abundance in your life. And so we're going to start with number 1, and that is mind your thoughts. As we've learned, the mind is constantly buzzing with thoughts all day long, and that dictates our perspective on the world around us. These thoughts actually do run our lives, and it's important, as we've said, to be aware of them when you're making this transition from scarcity thinking to the abundance mentality. So the first step is always awareness. What is it that you're thinking? What are the thoughts that are coming to you every day. And some of them are subtle, as we've said, we don't even notice, but we have to mind our thoughts. We have to pay attention to what we're thinking. And that's why journaling has become such an important discipline for me, because when I get it on paper, those thoughts out of my head and onto paper, I can actually see what I'm thinking, and it just makes me more mindful. So think about, are your thoughts positive or negative that you're having? Some people even track their thoughts throughout the day to see what comes up. What are you telling yourself in your thoughts? Many of us are telling ourselves, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I can't, what if I fail? Who am I to do something big in this world? Your thoughts have been holding you back in a big way. And if you want a more abundant life, that's one of the first things to change. Once you become fully aware of what's going on in those thoughts of yours, you can regain control, and those thoughts will lose their power over you. Number 2, and this is a hard one, but it's a necessary one, and that is eliminate toxic people. Eliminate toxic people. One of the best things you can do for yourself and your future success is eliminating toxic people from your life. Identify those relationships that are weighing you down and make the decision to stop sacrificing your own needs and happiness to those who don't value you. Put yourself first. I know that's hard, especially for us as women who focus our attention often on others outside of ourselves. But you need to take a long, hard look at who you've allowed in your circle. It's often said that who we spend the most time with, those top 5 people in our life, dictate our life and our thoughts, and whether we're positive or negative. So take a look at those 5 people you hang around most. Do they build you up or bring you down? Toxic people will keep you stuck in a cycle of drama and negativity because it suits them and their agenda. It doesn't help yours. Many people don't want you to do any better than them, and they won't allow you to grow and flourish into the person you're meant to be because it brings up some inadequacies in themselves. So make an effort to distance yourself from those who make you feel less than, and seek out those who are more abundant-minded, more growth-minded, and then find that tribe of like-minded people who will celebrate your wins and encourage you to be the best possible version of yourself. And I hope that Baby Steppers does that for you. I know you guys do that for me. You continue to encourage me to be my best version of myself too, so that I can show up authentically for you. Number 3, this is also hard, but important. Stop comparing yourself to others. We live in a society that pushes perfection and plays off our insecurities. So it's no wonder that comparing ourselves to other people is very strong. But the problem is when you compare yourself with another person, most of the time you pit their strengths against your weaknesses. And then, of course, you always come out on the bottom. That is just a recipe for self-destruction and the quickest path to feeling depressed, resentful, and unworthy. So stop the madness and take some steps to eliminate that comparing yourself to other people and take that out of your life. Don't let social media do that to you. Embrace your quirks and your imperfections. That's what makes you uniquely you. No one else in the world can do it the same way that you can, and that's good. So I want you to always embrace your strengths and how you relate in the world, because no one else can do it better than you. So let's stop comparing ourselves to others and embrace our own uniqueness. Number 4, and we've talked about this one before too, be intentional. If you're wanting to develop more abundance in your life, the key is to be intentional about how you live. Where's most of your time and energy being spent? Are you working towards something you're proud of and that you're clear about what you want? Think about your priorities and make time for what's important in your life. But you have to know what that is first. So it's important to do some reflection time, to spend some time in journaling, for example, where you're writing down your values, your goals, your dreams, what really lights you up inside. It's important to know that so that you can be intentional about creating that in your life. So spend your time doing things that bring you joy and choose to be kind to others as well as yourself. And then start taking those small steps to embracing life on your own terms and be intentional about living your life that way. Number 5, learn something new. One of the very best gifts you can give yourself is that of knowledge. A person who lives in abundance will make every effort to explore new ideas, learn some new skills, broaden their perspective to see things in a new or different light. There's always something to be learned. And deciding that you're going to be a lifelong learner and continue to learn from everything from audios to podcasts to books to learning from other people, taking classes. But it's important to keep that brain active in a positive way. So consistent learning allows you to continuously grow and change into the best version of yourself. And you're widening your perspective of the world. So be a forever student. Number 6, be a giver. There are billions of people on the planet, but we're all connected when it comes to giving and receiving. When you add value to someone else's life, it will always increase the abundance in yours. Being good at being an unconditional giver of your time, your energy, your money, your resource, and not expecting anything in return will just give you more of what you put out. Go through your house or your garage and find things that maybe aren't providing joy for you anymore, but will provide that for others. This is a great time to do some decluttering, to find some things that you're not using and donate them so that people have a chance to find joy in your things that you no longer have. This is a great time to buy groceries for a family in need or pay off a bill or two for someone who has been struggling. This is a great time of the year to keep your eyes open for those opportunities to give to another person. And never underestimate the power of praying for someone who needs a helping hand or needs some special consideration this time of year. The holidays are not always joyful for people, and so be on the lookout, be aware of ways that you can give of yourself and your resources. Number 7, and we talked about this one a lot too, step out of your comfort zone. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is to allow opportunities to pass you by because you're uncomfortable. Stepping out of your comfort zone is tough. I get it. But growth only occurs a couple of steps outside that comfort zone. That's where you're not relying on you, you're relying on God. So that's why I call it the courage zone or the God zone. That's where you're going to reach your full potential. So take a chance, do something that scares you once in a while, and get out of your comfort zone. That is where growth occurs. Number 8, eliminate excuses. If you want to live in more abundance, you have to let go of the excuses as to why you're not living a better life. Excuses are generally driven by our fears and our insecurities. They keep us rooted in being perfect or procrastinating so that we don't tiptoe too far outside of our comfort zone. We make up reasons why we can't before we even try. Fear of failure, fear of what others will say, fear of looking stupid. It's an endless cycle that keeps us stuck in a rut, never allowing us to grow into the person we're meant to be. In order to live a more abundant life, we have to decide that we're going to eliminate excuses from our vocabulary and our life. When you notice yourself making an excuse, go to the root cause. What is keeping you from taking action? Sometimes overwhelm can play a big part, and it helps to break it down into baby steps. That's why I'm such a big believer in taking baby steps to get toward any goal, because it's easier for us to take small steps, and those small steps add up to big results. So eliminate those excuses and take those little steps outside your comfort zone. Number 9, healthier habits. It's impossible to have a healthy mindset if you don't take care of your body too. We live in a microwave society where unhealthy habits are rampant. We get so caught up in our daily chaos of life that we sometimes tend to put our own health on the back burner. It's a good idea to take a look at those daily habits and see which ones might need some tweaking. Again, this is a good time of the year to start taking a look at that. I know it gets busy, but this is the time of the year when we're busy that we often don't take care of our health. And so take a look at your routines and do something that's healthy, that takes care of you every day. And try to put yourself first on your list. Take care of you. Be conscious about what you're putting into your body. Make time for self-care. Eat more vegetables. Get outside and go for a walk. Breathe in the fresh air and make sure you're getting enough sleep. Those are good ways to boost your immune system as well as decrease your stress levels. And you don't want to be stressful during this time. You want to enjoy all the things, all the abundance coming your way in this season. Love yourself enough to put your health and wellness at the top of your priority list for a change. And then lastly, number 10, the thing that we've been working on all month, practice gratitude. One of the most powerful things you can do to attract abundance is by practicing gratitude on a daily basis. Be purposeful. Decide that you're going to look for and seek out the good in every day. As we've talked about and discovered, there is always something to be grateful for. Notice even the smallest blessings in your day as you go through your routine. Instead of dreading the day from the moment you wake up, immediately think of some reasons why you're excited and grateful to jump out of bed. Smile more, complain less. Spend quality time with people who help you see the blessings in your life. We've started the practice of journaling. Journaling is an excellent way to take note and reflect on the blessings in your life. Sometimes going before bed and reflecting on that, as we have said, helps you sleep better because you get it off your mind and you go to bed feeling grateful. Life is unpredictable and it won't always be filled with happy moments. However, when you make an effort to see the good and be grateful for what you have. It makes it much easier to get through those tough times. And we will have those challenging days, believe me. So you can easily begin developing your mindset of abundance today by incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. No matter how long your scarcity mentality has been weighing you down, you have the ability to start over at any given moment. You just have to decide. By recognizing that you have a choice, that you don't have to be stuck in scarcity for the rest of your life, you can begin to transform your life and create your own reality from this day forward. Give yourself patience and grace and enjoy the journey ahead. I'm sorry I haven't been noticing comments. Barb, thanks for joining me. And Angie, let's see. Sounds like we have some technical things. I don't know what causes that. Sabrina, hi John. Sabrina said discomfort comes just before a breakthrough. Isn't that true, Sabrina? It really is. We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that is hard. I totally understand. But we can change that. It takes a mindset to make those changes. And then Angie says, if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't help others as well as we would want to. And that's so true. That is so true. We can't pour from an empty cup. We got to fill ourselves up too. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and your comments on this important topic. We're coming upon Thanksgiving where we're more intentional. Thank you, Sabrina. I'm grateful for you too. I do want to take this time to thank you in the Baby Stepper community for all the ways that you continue to lift me up and affirm me. You make me want to be the best version of myself too. And so I hope that I've been able to encourage you and motivate you in this challenge that we've been a part of. Practicing gratitude is a habit that is so foundational on your way to becoming the best version of you. So enjoy your Thanksgiving, everyone, this week, wherever you're going. If you're even a guest of one, be thankful that day. Think of all the reasons that you have to be thankful and practice some of these tips for creating even more abundance in your life, because you are worth it. Every single one of you is worth it. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for joining me, those of you who are on here live. And for those of you catching the replay later, just mark #replay. Share your thoughts about abundance and that whole mindset that we need to create. Maybe list one that spoke to you, or a tip that you want to incorporate today going forward. Thanks again for joining me, everyone. And again, have a beautiful Thanksgiving.